Hello friends, welcome to another vlog. This week I am hoping to get that dang vest done, but it means I need to learn a lot of things this week, so should be a fun week. I need to figure out how to do a welt pocket like right now and I also need to learn how to put in the horsehair canvas with the tailoring method where you like use tape to apply it essentially. So I'm gonna work on that on one of the sides of the vest, the side without the pocket, because you have to put the pocket in first. Like, I need to be on a phone call with my girlfriends. My two besties and I talk for a couple hours once every other week, so I'm gonna go do that. But meanwhile, I'm giving myself something to do. So I'm gonna take the side of the vest without the pocket in it, and I'm gonna go ahead and baste in the horsehair canvas. Okay, so the first thing that needs to happen is on this piece, I'm gonna go ahead while I'm talking to my friends and baste this on, and you baste all around this side of this line, like sound effects, and then you roll this over and then you baste this part on, and it allows like the turn to happen and the extra fabric to fold, because the fabric on the outside is taking up more space than the fabric on the inside. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that while I talk to them. The other side needs a welt pocket before I can start working on that one. So I need to learn how to do that this evening. So I'm gonna work on this while I can. Okay, I actually realized halfway through my conversation that I sewed the sky backwards. So I had to take out the stitching and then sew it the right way because this is the front of the pattern, front of the fabric, and this is the back. So obviously the lapel needs to flip over this way. So done well. I also got the TLC caftan from Decades of Style. Abby was wearing this in a picture. I will put that picture up here. Woo! The girl was on fire. She looked so good. So yeah, I was like, well, I'm gonna make that. I'm not gonna look anything as good as she does, but I'm gonna make that anyway because I hope to be that hot someday. And then I also got a little postage. I got some Sesame Street stamps, which I am super excited about. Like, that's fun. I got some moon landing stamps, and they are like foiled, so you can see all the shiny. I love these. And then I got 3 sets of T-Rex stamps. I don't know if it's gonna work. So if you look at the T-Rexes, they go from being, they're like holograms. They go from being bones to monsters, like monsters. They go from bones to being dinosaurs, which I think is super fun. Hello, it's been forever. Surprise! I spent the last 3 days like fairly busy except yesterday, which I just like lollygagged around all day and watched Outlander. Ooh, that's still kind of rapey. I'm in season 5 and I'm like, this is still not that great. Cool. I don't know why I continue this. Like, why don't I just stop? Why I just like, it's the completionist in me that's just like, now you started it, you gotta finish it. Cool. Cool beans. Okay, so Wednesday I spent a lot of time filming for other people and for little secret projects I'm working on that are going out to other people. And then Thursday, oh, and then I took some pictures. So I tried doing self-portraiture for a while, and so that took a while. And then I had a call with a friend. And then Thursday I spent, it was like admin day. I am an admin on the CosTube guide account on Instagram. I will link that down below. If you would like to know all the CosTubers, they have to sign up with us, like not sign up, but like enter their information for us so that we have the data to publish for them. But we post a guide on Instagram every day that tells you what the next 2 days are going to be as far as like who is posting stuff for CosTube. So if you are a person who likes this channel and you want to find out more channels, you can follow that on Instagram. It will tell you who's posting, what time they're posting, and what they're posting about every single day. So I'm one of the admins, and I have 2 days that I update the thing, and I right now do it on Thursday and Friday. So I update for Friday and Saturday, and then Saturday and Sunday. So I had to go through the process of like figuring out how to do the thing, because we have like a template, but there's like a lot of scooching around. I had to learn new software and stuff, so I did that on Thursday. I wrote the guide for that on Thursday. I got in a huge conversation about another huge project I'm working on with all the costumers. So we are thinking that the weekend of costume college, when everyone will be sad because they are not at costume college, we are gonna try to do what we're gonna call co-COVID. And put on not a virtual costume college, but kinda like essentially inundate the internet with a bunch of like teachy kind of videos so that people can have a costume college like experience through costume. So it should be cool. We also might do like a virtual red carpet situation on Instagram or something. So we're working on a lot of kinks, but that weekend, that would have been costume college, which is the last weekend of July / the first weekend of August, because it's like July 30th through August 2nd. We will be posting like crazy, is basically what I'm saying. So look for more information about COVID coming soon. So it double entendres too, because it's like Coco, but video style. Also Coco and COVID. So that was all Marika. She thought of that name and I think it's genius. Anyway, I worked on talking to a lot of people about that on Thursday. I set up a spreadsheet for that. I edited some videos for some other people. Like, I did all sorts of things that had nothing to do with this channel, essentially. And then, like I said yesterday, I just lollygagged around. I was like, oh, I should go learn how to make Welt Pie. I'm just gonna go to sleep and hang out and watch Outlander and whatever, cook dinner with my husband and stuff. So yeah. Anyway, today is Saturday. I'm sort of back at it, except that I spent all morning, well, okay, that's not fair. I spent from 11 to like 2:45 talking on a video chat to Sarah of Sewn Stories, who I will link down below, to getting a class on hand stitching. And it was awesome. Like, it was so cool. I'll show you the little samplers I'm making. I'm working on my backstitch right now, which basically I backstitch like I'm drunk. Cool. So I'm trying to get better. I learned I'm holding my fabric entirely wrong. I'm doing almost everything wrong, and that's okay. That's why I take classes on simple things like simple hand stitching. There are a couple stitches that I learned that I was like, whoa, I've never even seen that before. So that was cool. And then a bunch of it was stuff like I know how to do, but I do it really badly. So I learned how to hold my fabric differently and maybe my needle differently and stuff like that. So I think it's important to go through life and like revisit the basics every now and then and like learn the basics from somebody else over and over again, but different people, because you'll get different perspectives on whatever those basics are, and maybe something will click for you in a different way, and you don't know everything about anything ever. So I frequently take classes and stuff that I think I know what I'm doing on, and I find out that I don't. Humble. It's important to stay humble. Anyway, so I'm working my backstitch right now. I will show you guys what I've been doing, and then I need to go practice a Welt Pocket, which I've been saying for days, so today's the day it's gonna happen. And what else? Then I have to start getting this vest together, because I really, really want this vest done. I have no real reason for wanting it done now, other than I just would like to finish it this video if I possibly could. But there is so much work to be done on it, so we shall see. Okay, so here's my backstitch, which, mess. Okay, so this is how it was at the beginning. I pretty much do what they call a spaced backstitch all the time, which is like a prick stitch for the backstitch. And I shouldn't be doing that. Like, this is closer to a real backstitch over here. So you can see I had a cocktail. I didn't have a cocktail, I'm just drunk. It's just kind of a mess, but the telling part is on the back. So like, see what a like chunky mess that is. After the class got going, you can see it got better here, but I do have to say that this is also where I use a tailor's ham and pin it to, and she didn't use a tailor's ham, and so I was trying to do it without one, and I think that adds to this because I can't get the tension right or whatever. I don't know, it's me, it's not her, it's me. So yeah, this is my backstitch practice. I might actually just draw another line and do another line of backstitching just to practice, because I kind of feel like I need it. Oh, look at my fingers all torn up. Okay, this one is like what would be the join on the side of a 18th century gown, where you're using a top stitch essentially, which is an actual spaced backstitch. So this is like my normal backstitch is this one, in order to essentially seam this, but you do it with a top stitch, and it's not perfectly straight, but it's getting there. It's pretty good. I think the spacing on it is really good. The up and down spacing isn't good, but I'm a person who will draw the line, honestly. And then you fell the inside together, and these are normal fells over here, and then I tried like adjusting my fell to be the most hidden possible. So instead of pulling your needle out and then advancing forward far, putting your needle in and picking it right back up, over here what I did was I pulled my needle up, and then I pulled it straight back down, went back into the fabric, and advanced the needle under the fabric, came up, put it down right in the same spot, came over. So that ended up giving me like these little, they look like little catch stitches, whereas these look like felling stitches. So I tried both methods just to see. This is not part of what she told us to do. She told us to fell. I'm just random. This is just a random felled seam because we learned how to do this And this one's a mess, although I guess my stitches on the front aren't too bad. I did everything in contrasting thread. You probably wouldn't see this even at all if I did it in white thread. We did running backstitch, and as you can see, I did not put right sides together. Okay, this is the magical Italian gown seam, and little notes for me for later. I will maybe set the camera up at some point in the future and show you how to do this. It's a pretty cool seam. It does have this little ridge on it, which is interesting, but it is found in an extant garment. It's very specific to a not very long period in time, but it is used for seaming the backs of Italian gowns, essentially. What is this? Oh, this is a mantua maker seam, which kind of looks like a French seam. It sticks out in the same way that a French seam sticks out. It's a really bulky seam. Essentially, you just like take both pieces of fabric together and double turn it and then fell that down. But when you fell it down, you go all the way through all the layers. So it ends up with this seam that actually like on profile sticks up in the same way that like I guess a French seam would. But it's all in there. It's a really chunky seam though. It's not my favorite now that I learned it. She said that she thinks there's a difference between this mantua maker seam, which is 18th century, and the 19th century version of a mantua maker seam, or what is called a mantua maker seam. So now I need to go investigate that. Anyway, that's all the seams that we went through. I have a like swatch bundle of things that I have collected over time, so I'll add this to my swatch bundle, and it helps me to remember how to do things later. So I might practice my backstitch a little bit longer, not sure. I should go learn how to do welt pockets, huh? Yeah. Okay, well, I'll do that. Because I know I'm gonna get questions, this is what that bundle looks like. These are all the ones I just did, and I just literally safety pin them together, but I write on them telling me what that is. This is from like a seam finishing class that I did, so this is like a bias finish. They taught us how to make darts in a really cool way. This, I think, is what is known as a Hong Kong finish, but I'm not positive what that is, but I learned about it. So here's what the outside of the fabric would look like, and then the inside fabric, it's like using the lining to bind the seam allowance. Anyway, if anybody knows that that's called something different, let me know. This is actually like a quilted like waist band area. I don't remember why she had us doing that. I should have made notes on this, but I didn't. And this is how to do a really strong hem with a ribbon. So this is horsehair that has been literally quilted to organza and then put on the silk, and then ribbon seam. What was this called? Ribbon hem? Yeah, with a grosgrain ribbon. Anyway, so I just kind of keep all my little sample things like this here so that I can refer back to them if I'm like, wait, how did I do that? Because it helps me to look at stuff. I did put these guys over here, and they are with a buttonhole that I learned how to make badly. Like God, that's like the worst buttonhole. With on my trip with Zach Pinsent in France. So I kept that and put it there. Eventually this will just get like, I'm gonna like practice more of these styles, and as I get more of these I will just safety pin them together and make a wad like that and hang on to it. Look at this mess, guys. Guess what's gonna happen now? People kept asking me what a housewife was. Sorry, I talked about that, but I didn't. It's a sewing kit holder sort of situation. So you can kind of see from the picture here, it's very long and it rolls up, and you can put your thread, your scissors, your needles, any of the small things that you need for sewing. And then when it gets rolled up, it looks something like this at the end. And it's also known as a housewife, which I think means housewife, probably in like Anglo or Saxon or something, but German. All right, peeps, we have a welt pocket in a test case. Not an official welt pocket. I will probably make another one because this one did not turn out that well. I will show it to you because everyone loves it when I fail miserably. It's not a miserable fail, actually. It's pretty good. It's just kind of a mess, and so, but people like to see when I make a mess just to prove that Nobody is actually that good at this stuff. I mean, people are great at this, but you know, it takes practice. So let me show you my first attempt. So here she is. There's a little pocket bottom coming out. This is obviously an issue. This like curve in it is obviously an issue. Like the fact that they kind of canter inward is kind of an issue. But you know what? It's a little pocket and it will hold a tiny pocket watch and it's done. So I'm counting this as a win. I will almost certainly tomorrow get up and make myself another welt before I try to put this in a vest because I want to make sure I can do it. I know that there's a few things I did wrong for sure. Like I clipped sort of willy-nilly and I shouldn't have done that, and you know, there's a bunch of things. So I'm gonna do another practice tomorrow. And I think practice is important. This is my mock-up. Morgan would be really proud of me right now. Hello, we are back and it is Sunday evening. Yes, evening. We spent a great deal of today. Well, I spent 2 hours driving around. My husband's car threatened him and said, if you don't take me out and drive me around for a while to do a maintenance cycle, I won't work anymore, because he has like a hybrid car and it apparently sends him threatening messages if he only drives 3 minutes at a time once a week to the grocery store and back. So we went for a drive in the hills, which was nice. And did not encounter another human being, which was fantastic. Although there were a lot of people, we passed like 3 reservoirs, there's a lot of people out at those reservoirs, and there were state park troopers like enforcing social distancing and like talking to everybody as they got out of their cars, but like people seem to be pretty spread out, so I guess that's okay. I mean, you gotta get out, right? We have a walk every day and we see a lot of people, but we end up walking in the middle of the street because there's so many people walking around and doing stuff at sunset where I live that you can't socially distance on the sidewalk, but there's no cars out, so we just all walk I walk in the middle of the street, everybody else walks on the sidewalks. What else happened today? Oh, I spent a bunch of time, because one of the things I was talking about that I was filming earlier this week, our Victorian Pass the Fan thing, whatever, got finished today, and so I uploaded it to YouTube, so if you haven't seen it, I will link it. I've never used one of those info cards, so maybe I'll do that. I don't really understand the info cards, because like, why would I encourage you to click off the video you're watching right now and go to another one? Like, I'd rather link it down below where you can go after you're done with this video. Like, it doesn't make sense to ask you to stop watching this video and go watch that video right now, but whatever, YouTube, I'll do the thing. I'll try it. Why not try it? Anyway, so I posted that to YouTube, I posted it to Instagram, and that took forever because Instagram kept choking on it, and I think I blew up my phone for a while doing that, and it was just a mess. So today has been long. How do I have so much stuff to do even though I'm off work and we have COVID going on? Like, I don't get it. Like, I don't know how I always feel so swamped with things to do. Anyway, I'm gonna make another Welt Pocket to practice this in hopes that I can do it better. Let's try for better, and then we'll see how that goes, and if it's good enough then I'll put it in the other side of the front and then I can base that. I did just read the instructions again for the like 43rd time, and somehow in the first round I missed that I was supposed to sew the darts before I sewed basted the horsehair in. Cool. So I'm gonna sew the darts in with the horsehair in, and we'll see how that goes. Everybody always wants more Keanu, so there he is. Hi, babies. He's gonna do a perimeter check. Yeah? You know? You don't want to go out? Okay. Oh, Charlotte's here. There's a little kitty butt for you, because that's what I see a lot, is a lot of butt. There's 7 little butts in here. Alright, we have the Welt Pocket the second. I'm also not pleased with this. It is better than Welt Pocket the first, which is a hot mess. Blah. Totally uneven. This one's actually even, it just slopes. So instead of being curved up, it gently gradiates down. And the sides are getting better. I did call up Constance and be like, Constance, what is wrong with my Welt Pocket? Help me. And she suggested, and also my friend Hannah, to be fair, suggested doing this in muslin first to see if I can get it, because I think it'll be easier in muslin, and I think I'll be fine in muslin, but I'm gonna go prove that to myself right now by doing this in muslin. I think what I'm doing is finding the fabric. Also, Constance has suggested that I am clipping the corners wrong. Like one of them I'm clipping too much and one of them I'm not clipping enough. Like it has to go exactly to the corner. So that means I need the lines drawn on there a lot better than they are basically. So fun times. So we're gonna go to the drawing board and do it in muslin and make sure that we can get it perfect in that material and then come back to this one and see what we can do. It does mean this is gonna take even longer. But this is the point of this year, is to spend time learning the thing. And this is one of those lessons that, like, it's in my 35 top tips or whatever. It's just like you cannot force it to be faster. It's not a thing that you can just, you know, not do your own research out of. Like, I have to go and just keep making them until I get it right. So, I mean, I have the option of not putting a pocket in here, and that's still on the table. Don't get me wrong. I might do that, but I'm definitely not giving up after 2 mock-ups of a welt pocket, which is notoriously one of the harder things to learn how to do. So I'm gonna stop trying to do it in a very complicated fabric and like hampering my ability to get this down. I mean, clearly I understand all the steps. I clearly have a pocket. It clearly has a welt. There's a welt. There's a pocket. It's a sturdy pocket. It will absolutely hold a watch. It is just not the prettiest thing, and I kind of want it to be prettier, so it's on me to do the work to practice making it prettier. So that's what we're gonna do. I put you on a tripod so I don't have to sit here holding you up in the air the whole time. Yeah, part of me wanting to do this faster, I realized, is just me wanting to get this vest done so it's done for this video. That's dumb. That's like so dumb. Why would I rush a process like learning tailoring so that I can put a weekly vlog out faster? Like, the weekly vlog is the weekly vlog, and it doesn't really matter if I actually finish the thing in this vlog or not. Like, 98% of you guys are here to like hang out and chat and hear the process and whatever. And I mean, everybody gets excited when you're done, obviously, but it doesn't mean it has to be done in the end of this video every time. Like, that's stupid, and it's forcing me to like feel like I am forcing me. It's in my own head. Like I said, 99% of things are in your own head. I am forcing myself to feel stress for no reason at all, because it doesn't matter if I finish this in this video or not. So, cool. I mean, I have a schedule, but I also said I'm gonna have compassionate deadlines, and one of my compassionate deadlines is that I would like a welt pocket, and I would like it to be a nice welt pocket, and I would like it to not suck. So I'm gonna learn how to do welt pockets, and it takes however long it takes. Even if it's the rest of this video, that is what's happening. So I have to get that over that myself. So I know you guys are all gonna leave me comments telling me like, it doesn't matter, it's all fine. I know you guys don't care. It's me that cares. That's the thing. So I've just like made my mental self shift gears and go, no, your vlog can go out when it needs to go out, and it doesn't matter if you're done or not. And that's what I've decided. I did remember that I forgot to cross off make cubbies on the wall there, so I'm gonna do that in a minute for you guys, so you guys can have the satisfaction of seeing something crossed off. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go make one of these in muslin and see how that goes, and see if the clipping helps, and see if that fabric changes the game. And then if so, move from there back to these fabrics to see if I can get them to work properly. I will get them to work properly. Like, this is a thing. I'm gonna make this welt pocket my bitch. That's what's happening here. So, cool. See you guys in muslin land. Woo woo. One thing on the list done. Why am I pointing instead of like thumbs upping? Tore apart my vest mock-up because I wanted this particular muslin because it's very like crisp and sturdy. So I'm gonna cut out another pocket and get cracking. Okay, we have everything marked, both sides. Everywhere is marked. This guy is stitched on. I'm gonna go start the welt and see what we can do. We're gonna get this. Alright, I think I have spied some of my problems. First of all, I have been cutting to the edge of the box, not the edge of the stitching lines, which is bad, as you can imagine. Also, these stitching lines line up pretty well, but this one's a little bit longer down here than it is over here, so I might add one, like just manually stitch in there. On the back, they're significantly more different, which is weird, and you would normally cut from the back. So these cut lines that I've drawn are actually incorrect. So, because it says to stitch to the dots, not to the lines. So, cool, now I know. Alright, so this is significantly better, although I do have a little puckering right here, which means I didn't cut quite to the edge. Sigh. It's never perfect. But this edge is really good. The edges of the pocket that itself, like the welt, come down a little bit too far. I obviously did this in contrasting thread so I could see everything about, like here's the support that's inside of here is tacked on with these stitches, and these are my horrible little prick stitches. So yeah, I just gotta watch that basting, I think, but everything else is looking much better. So what I'm going to do is go to bed because it's tiring. And when I get up, I actually have a meeting, which should be super fun. And then I will try again with wool and see if I can get it better now that I've done it in this. So we'll see. So I'm in this Zoom party.
Y'all, I'm rereading Sheridan's The Rivals.
To get our silhouettes done.
Morgan, you're done.
It's here. We're good. Oh my god.
That's you.
That's awesome, Morgan.
That's so.
Every single day I'm like, this is the day that I'm gonna spend all day and just sew. I've had days like this before. I don't know where they went. Today was not that day. I had a little meeting with Lynn McMaster today, which was awesome, and she taught me her freezer paper trick, how to make double box pleats, which I have one here, but it's a mess now because I just picked it up. So that's what that looks like. I saw a cry for help from a friend of mine who needed some black linen, so I'm now packaging that up and sending it out, but I also remember that I have other things to send out, like my Patreon giveaway winner. It's been like 8 days, so I should do that. So I'm just doing a little bit of that. And then I'm gonna go back to making sample welt pockets. I think I'm gonna make one more out of muslin and then make one out of the wool again and see if I can get it to work. I talked to Lynn a little bit about it, and I also talked to Zach a little bit about it, so hopefully their tips will help. We'll see. Alright, attempt number 4. Guys, I'm in purgatory. Still the edges are puckery. They're getting better, for sure. I actually think this gap is maybe supposed to be there, which hasn't been before, which I think means I'm opening up the box enough. I used Lynn's method of sewing all the way around the box instead of just 2 lines of it. And then I used Zach's method of like the second set of stitches in here is all hand done. Because he suggested doing everything that has to do with the outside by hand and everything that has to do with the inside by machine. So I feel like it's getting better. It feels structurally better. Although this pocket is wonky, I sewed it weird. It's just these corners that really bother me, and they will just continue to bother me, and I don't really know what to do about that. The things that Constance told me were that, like, if you don't clip all the way to the very edge, you will definitely get a pucker. But I clipped all the way to the edge. I don't know. I'm gonna try again in wool and see what happens here, but I feel like I'm stuck in purgatory right now. Okay, well, I've lost my mind because I've decided to just do the whole thing by hand and see if that solves any problems. So, cool. Okay, I took Zach's advice and I hand sewed the whole thing. You can see some of my contrasty thread there, but if it wasn't contrasty, you wouldn't see it. I also feel like I keep like scorching this end or something, so it keeps going like weird. This is much better. It's way less puckery and weird, and I'm far more into it, so I wouldn't be ashamed to have this in my vest. as like my first Welt Pocket. So hand doing it apparently is the trick for me, which is of course my way because I don't want to do it that way. So yeah, I might do one more sample tomorrow before I put it in, but then I'm gonna put it in and get out of Welt Pocket Purgatory for good. Hello, it's Wednesday. I am freshly washed and shiny, and I have a chai. Yum. I'm gonna make one more Welt Pocket as a sample to make sure that my methodology is working in the hand sewing department, and then I'm gonna call this a video because I need to get it edited and up by tonight. Woo. And then I'm gonna start out next week and I'm gonna put the pocket in to the thing. I'm just gonna do the thing. Everything's gonna be fine. And then start putting in the horsehair and doing all that kind of stuff. So yay, things are going to progress again. Woo. But I guess this is proof that like sometimes you just gotta brute force attack things and like just practice, 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 practice. And you know, a lot of us preach that a lot of the time, and things end up kind of working for us in the first or second try, so we look charmed and that we can get it done easily and quickly. All new skills take practice, peeps. So yeah. I was hoping I would be better at this from the beginning too. I am not. I don't usually hit a wall like this that's this bad, but I'm just gonna power through it because nope, I'm not accepting that. Okay, I'm gonna go hand sew. Okay, because people are gonna ask me about this. This is basically like a mechanical pencil, like this, except it's got chalk in it. My friend Hannah pointed me at this, and it's amazing. I love it. It's by Bohan, and you can get all kinds of different colors of chalk for it. So I'm super into this because it draws very precise lines. I mean, I do like tailor's chalk, but man, this is great. It also has a weird eraser at the other end, so that's cool. Also, people might have seen me drawing lines. If you have an even weave fabric, you can like literally take a mechanical pencil and just follow a grain and you will draw a perfectly smooth line. So if you ever need some sort of grain line, you can do that. Alright, well, I'm not actually sure this is better than the last one. In fact, I don't think it is. Like, I think this one is better in a lot of ways. The welt is wider, and I don't know why, because they're cut at exactly the same size. Sigh. This seems to be graded better than this, so I should go in and grade some of this out. There is slightly weird puckering right here and right here. But it is also what it is, and I feel like I've had enough practice, and I need to just get on with it and put it in the vest. And it will be whatever it will be. And that's terrifying, but I think it's necessary. So, gonna just go for it. Alright, I'm gonna sign off from Welt Pocket Purgatory and say see you next week, where I will have a pocket of some state. It will indeed be a pocket. It will have a welt. Whether or not it will be good, who can say? So I almost think that iron-on interfacing in there would actually be better for it. I think it would hold it more stable. I'm not gonna do it, but I think it'd be better. I think this would be a lot easier with iron-on interfacing. Yeah, I'm gonna let this vlog go. I'm gonna go edit it and take my mind off this for a little while, and then push it up live for you all. And wish me luck with the next week. Leave me comments down below. Let me know what you're listening to. I'm listening to The Witches of New York, which is a book about 3 ladies who live in New York City in 1880, and they all have some sort of witchy gift. So far, I really like it. I am about 6 hours in, and I have about, wait, is that right? Yeah, I must be. And then I have like about 5.5 hours to go. Maybe I'm more in than I think I am. Anyway, it's a good book so far, so I'm into it. And I am watching Farscape. I watched Outlander until it made me ragey. The season finale was crazy because it had like a warning in front of it about trauma, and I'm just like, wait a minute. This woman has either been raped or been like attempted raped like 15 times. We watched an entire episode of dude on dude rape at one point. Like, it was awful. I don't even know why I watched this show. I just don't. But they like put a warning on this one. You should put a warning on every episode. There's trauma in every episode. If you are any kind of victim of any kind of abuse at all, just do not watch Outlander. It is horrible. I don't know, it's like the completion in me. Completionist? Yeah, completionist in me is like, go watch the rest of it. You already started it. You have to finish it. Anyway, so we're on season 3 of Farscape now, and like, they changed the theme music. I don't remember that from the first time I watched it, so I'm angry about it. I don't like it as much. Me and my husband used to sing like along with the theme music, and he would go hoo ha hoo, and I would be like ah, and can't really do that anymore. Sucks. I don't like it. That's my commentary on Farscape, is I don't like the music. Also, where are they getting all these clothes is really what I want to know. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a great week, and give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you next week, where I will be probably spending the entire week somehow sticking the horsehair onto the vest. Like, this is gonna take an entire month to get this vest done. Cool. See you next week.